Welcome all humans and other species. My name is Lara and this is Zollar Tarot and Art. And today what I'm going to be doing for you is reading your tarot and oracle cards, and I'm also going to be drawing an image that I received in meditation, and we'll kind of tie it all together and see what's going on. So before I do the cards, I'm going to do a quick drawing, just get this going, and I won't finish the drawing during the reading, but I definitely will finish it right after, and I'm going to tack it on to the end of this video so you can see the finished image. So what I was getting actually ties into a song that I've been hearing, and actually today, right before I was doing this reading, I realized that this was the song that the collective needed to hear. I'm not going to sing it, I'm just going to read it, but it's by Drake, and it's called Sticky. And it's kind of an unusual song for him. For me, like it's one of my favorite songs from him now. But anyway, let me read the lyrics real fast and then I'll keep drawing. It says, when everything is put to rest and everybody takes a breath and everything gets addressed, it's you alone with your regrets. All that pumping up your chest, all that talk about the best, you know how sticky it gets. And I was finding that song, he was like reminiscing about those who've been his friends and those who've betrayed him, and just looking back on everything that's happened. And so what's interesting is I got this image of this sort of hot air balloon, and this is probably not going to be mechanically correct or anything like that, technically correct, but it's a stylized drawing, so bear with me. So I saw this big hot air balloon just sort of like floating above the land and looking down. And in Drake's song, what he was talking about was kind of what it looks like from the top, but also how when you strip everything down, we're still all the same, basically. And so I saw this sort of floating above here. This should be a nice drawing when I'm finished with it. And just a really beautiful sort of landscape, definitely with water down here was what I was seeing, which of course represents emotions. So that might tie into these weird heavy emotions that I've been feeling as this strange weather we're having right now, and the wind passes through and stuff. It's bringing a lot of things up for a lot of people is what I'm feeling. So I will get back to this. I'm going to go ahead and draw some cards for you. I'm going to do a spread with clarifiers. So I'm going to speed this up now to make things go faster. So here we go. Okay, so I have laid out your cards and looked them over. And so what I'm seeing here is it's a pattern. Now, I get the sense that, because I've been feeling this sort of weird, anxious, sort of depressive, sort of weird energy floating through the air recently. And I didn't really know where it was coming from, but I think I know now because based on what I'm feeling from this. So I can see though that you've been betrayed. You've been like stabbed in the back multiple times by one person in particular, and but the divine's watching. See, you worked really, really hard. I imagine all of your life you've worked really, really hard on what you do. You lived a life of integrity and created beautiful things, and but you're finding, because you've had to defend yourself from people who are either jealous or petty or have wrong information or something like that. You're having to defend yourself and take some time out to meditate, to constantly, in the way that this card is in this particular deck, it talks about protection. So you've got two, like, you're not only defending yourself, but you're also protected by the divine. And see, it's sitting right over the Empress card here, which we'll get into in a minute. But you have extra protection. You have, and you're aware of it too. And you've accessed this spiritual protection that's actually probably always been with you, but you've accessed it more of late because you really needed to, because you found that some of the people that you thought were your friends or allies are really not. They're your frenemies or whatever that is. So, it's interesting that the song that keeps coming up, even though I know there's the Drake song, but and he was talking about enemies who actually literally tried to take him out, like kill him, and all that nonsense was and how he overcame that. I'm also hearing that Doja Cat song. I think it's called Boss Bitch. And anyway, she says, "I chew, 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 because they hope I choke." And she's talking about her haters who they wish they were in her place, but they didn't do the work. She did the work. She even says in the song, "You had your chance, but you didn't do anything about it, and now it's done. And I have my chance, and I took it, and I ran for it. I want it, and I stand on it." And that's what she says. So, and this is the same thing that Drake did and what he was singing about. So, um, now I'm seeing here that this may have caught you up in your head a little bit for a while, but I'm almost feeling like this is whoever this ringleader is who's causing all of these problems, right? So judgment is here. Karma is hitting them. Karma is here. Karma is hitting these people who've done this, whether they were fully aware of the facts or not. If you cast dark magic on somebody, slander them, try to hurt them in any way, try to hurt their family, or their businesses or anything like that, and just to be malicious, just because, without justification at all or anything like that, or some twisted, weird justification, you're gonna get your karma. Don't cast black magic, things like that. That's not very smart, because that always comes back to you. And I feel like it's coming back to these people now. Because you're this like really beautiful energy here. You're this Queen of Cups, and see, she's got food here, and the kitty wants some food, and she's feeding the fish who are jumping out of the water because they're so happy to see her, and they're just emotionally very happy. It's a very happy card. The Queen of Cups is a very intuitive, loving, giving person, nurturing, and this is like your essence. This is who you are. She's even pregnant too, and so she's feeding the baby inside of her and all of her, things that are going to come forth. So it represents all the new beginnings that are coming. And then there's death, and then we have the Two of Wands. So definitely, I was talking about earlier, I feel like whoever these witches are and this ringleader and everything, someone's gonna like pass away, or something is going to completely shift for them. So they have absolutely no, it's like they're going to lose all of their abilities or something like that. And this also, though, allows you to shift as well, but you get good karma because you've been a good, loving, giving person, right? And you survived all of these attacks, and you've worked hard all your life. And now you're looking for your ships to come in. You're looking for new stuff to come in. You are being a bit more optimistic now, and you might be feeling a little bit restless. There's definitely a restless feeling in the air. So I'm kind of feeling you really want to like go, go, go. But there, because there are other indicators here that you need to slow down a little bit and just be patient. Like this is a patience card. This is Hermit, means to kind of slow down. I feel like you're still maybe in some sort of this too. This is like some sort of need to rest, recovery, just to get your energy back completely. Or also don't reveal your projects and secrets to anybody right now until you know for sure this is done. So just wait for it. Okay. So yeah, these people are hurting. These people who did this, they're getting their karma, and they're seeing that now finally, that the things that they're doing are backfiring onto them. And you know what? They deserve it. This is like really pitiful. Because you're the Empress, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're an asset to this world. You're actually a healer. You bring beauty and good things to this world. And things are getting out of hand for them, and this is what they wanted for you, but you know what, you got it under control, but things are going to not start picking up very quickly, so get your rest now while you can. I feel like you had a lot of courage throughout all of this, and people are watching how much courage you have that you are very bold and courageous and strong. And some people know about this stuff that's been going on, and some people don't. But they still see just how strong you are. This is, this is like people watching you. There might be someone watching you who doesn't have the best of intentions, but I feel like there are several people who are just curious, or they're inspired, and they they love your presence. So, and what's coming through this now is they get to also watch you have new love. They get to watch you have new partnerships, um, all the good things, and um, so, but take the time to, yeah, okay. And so the other thing that they're watching is you are this really wonderful, look how beautiful she is in her gown. She's very elegant. This is the Nine of Discs, which is basically the Nine of Pentacles. And this is a very independent, wealthy person who lives in luxury no matter what. It doesn't even matter how much money they have. They always live in luxury because they're luxurious. They are elegant. They're an elegant person. So that definitely ties into this, the Queen of Cups and the Empress. And these other people here, they're worried, they're anxious, and they should be. They're having nightmares, they're having sleepless nights. There are things probably attacking them in the night because they sent that to you, but you're like in your abundance and everything, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. And so what I want to do right now is I want to pull an oracle and see if we can get some more information. What else does this collective need to know, please, based on this information? I love that line in that Doja Cat song, the choo choo, I choo 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 because they hope I choke. Sometimes it is in the details, and you've got to work extra hard. But if you have the talent and you have the willpower, and you keep going and everything, despite the treachery and slander or other things like that, which are unwarranted, you can make your way just fine. So, what do we need to know for this collective, please? Okay, another one, please. Another one, please. Good. And another one, please. Okay. So what we have here is making a choice, protecting treasure, and Wizard of Awareness. All right. Well, it shows me that you definitely have some options. It says making a choice, and it shows you two options, but I almost feel like there are more options available for you. And you may not see the options yet, but there will definitely be a distinct moment for you where you choose, and then you choose, and then you choose. But you're a very wise person, and you come from compassion and love. You're the Empress, right? So making this choice, I feel like, is you're going to be really clear about it. And protecting treasure. So this is not only about having abundance, but this is also taking care of what's yours. We were talking about earlier, having to defend yourself and protect what's yours. I believe it was, yeah, over here, all these cards here. So continue to, keep things to yourself, protect what's yours, protect your family, whatever you're doing to do that, or up the protection if you need to. Because the rain does pass and the sunshine does come out again, and you won't need this umbrella after a while. So, but you are protected, and I see that. And Wizard of Awareness is all about observing. It's not about action. So this wizard is sitting, he's a magical person with magical symbols around him and everything with his, wand here. But this is a person who is in contemplation. So there's more for you to observe to know what choice to make. And hold on one second, I'm listening. Yeah, you'll there's something that you're not seeing yet. And this is it's going to become clear to you. See how these two options here are sort of like foggy? and everything, and you've got the rain. So just wait, so you can wait till the fog clears and the rain clears so that you can get really clear on what's what. And that takes some patience and waiting, but it's right over the Hermit card here, see, which is basically the same thing. This is someone who goes inward, they meditate, they have inner contemplation, they ask answers from the divine, because you can't always trust what's in the outer world for your answers, unless you have some really truly trusted friends or people who are close to you. But you know, you may or you may not, because you may at this point be so jumpy because of the, you know, sudden betrayals and these backstabbings and everything. You might not even know who to trust, but you can trust the divine. So tap into your, this is reiterating it again, it's reemphasizing it. So do that. Okay, I don't want to pulse now with this deck, this tarot, and what I'd like to know is, what are the obstacles for this collective, please? What are the obstacles right now? Obstacles. Okay. Just what I was saying. Okay. I have another one, please. Obstacles for this collective. Okay, and another one. Obstacles. Okay. Four of Swords, which was over here too. All right, so what I'm seeing for your obstacles is a couple things. One, you're trying to be really strategic right now, so you might be second guessing yourself a little bit, because we have Five of Pentacles, King of Swords, and Four of Swords. You really are needing to rest some more. You really are. You really need to meditate more. You need to rest more, because this has been the second time this came up. And you also have the Hermit and Wizard of Awareness. So you might be feeling a little bit, like over here, you were feeling a little bit frustrated or anxious, like you want to go, go, go. But, you know, it's like, it's not quite time. There is divine timing. So just kind of like keep meditating, keep resting, laying low and all of that right now. And I know that can be frustrating, but I really feel like that's important for you right now, so that you can get really clear on things, just like the Wizard of Awareness was telling you, was you need to get clearer on some things so that you can make, you know, if you're playing chess instead of checkers, you gotta, like, you want to be a really good chess player. So you want to maybe see a few more moves ahead and just make sure you have plan B. And the Five of Pentacles is talking about, like, you might be dealing with some money issues, or or you might be feeling left out a little bit from things, like a little bit left out in the cold. Maybe friends aren't calling you right now, or maybe people are flaking out on you, or you know, it could be a variety of things. You know, maybe you're worried about money. Everybody's kind of like, well, not everybody, but you know, there are a lot of worries right now in the world about income, because everything's been sort of like up and down with our you know, worldwide with finances and everything. Everybody's kind of like affected by this in some way. So I can see you're a little worried about that, and you are tempted to compromise to fix this. But you know, that's, you know, don't worry, that will pass. You just need to rest a bit more, and you need to make another plan. So or stick with your plan and just be a bit strategic with it. So just like see things for what they are. But I want to get some, you know what, let me draw a little bit more, and then we'll get some answers here. I think this balloon should be a little more plump. You know, the actual balloons of a hot air balloon, and I've never actually ridden one. It would be fun. Maybe I'll do that someday. The balloon is actually much bigger in ratio to the basket, but for all intents and purposes, this is going to be what it is. And put some swirls on here, because this is a fun balloon. But it's like, almost reminds me, because it's floating above all this stuff and all, you know, these trees and everything, which will be down here, and I'll fill in later. You know, you're getting a higher perspective. So that's to be strategic and everything. You might need a higher perspective, which is going to take going inward and pulling out of things a bit, so that you are not too emotionally attached to, you know, all this betrayal and what's been going on. You've got to pull out, and you've got to get to a place of non-emotional thinking for strategy. So, because the King of, where is that? Yeah, the King of Swords here. That is definitely a strategic thinker. This is somebody who's very logical, very scientific, and detached. So you might be having a hard time detaching from the emotional aspects of this stuff, which is clouding your vision on what you need to do next. Yeah, that makes sense. So I feel like when I had this image, there were definitely some wispy clouds, but it wasn't like a super cloudy day or anything, and they definitely were not obscuring the view. So the view is very clear from what was going on down here, and this will definitely be like a waterway. And you're just traveling along the waterway. Yeah, and there's some little hills. I could be like that one artist with the fuzzy fro. What was his name? Oh my gosh. Didn't he when he did his painting he always said happy little trees? Everything. Bob Ross, that's it. Anyway, okay, let's get some solutions because I want to know what's Coltum. A chew 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 because they hope I choke. Because that Drake line when it says when everything is put to rest and everybody takes a breath and everything gets addressed, it's you alone with your regrets. So it's almost like he's up in this balloon, away from all the distractions, all the obligations. He's just up there by himself. Says all that pumping up your chest, all that talk about the best. You know how sticky it gets. So there's a price to pay for being competitive. If these people were very competitive with you for some reason, especially that ringleader who, was competing with you for no reason, it's just like there is no competition. I can see that. You're the Empress. There's no competition. And so they did it purely out of jealousy and pettiness, but you got to rise above it. You have to rise above it, just like Drake's talking about. All right. Can I have solutions, please, for this collective? Solutions. The best thing they can do to get the best solution, the best results, please. Levitation. All right. Can I just say that? All right. Can I have 2 more, please, for this collective? Solutions. What can they do to get the best results, please? Nice. Okay, and another one, please, for this collective. Best results. What can they do to get best results? Interesting. Well, it is just basically talking about these things that I was talking about earlier, and I will show you why as soon as, okay. So we have levitation. This is taking the higher ground, like I was talking about, belief, mastery, meditation. So you need, again, you've been like 4 or 5 times now, this has been reemphasized where you need to rest. You need to take time out to get in. See, look. See, she's in the lotus position here, and she is here too with her little mudras. Mudras are like, there are different types of mudras that mean different things, but they access the meridians of your body, right? So this mudra right here is generally one that people use for meditation because it's easy to hold, but it also has special properties. And I encourage you to go look up mudras, spelled M-U-D-R-A-S, mudras. Anyway, this is say taking the higher ground, which is what we have here in this balloon here, where it's taking the higher ground to get a higher perspective, which takes going inward. I suppose if you want to go onto a balloon ride and, and see if you can get a higher perspective that way, you could do that. But I really feel like this is just symbolic. So anyway, also we have vervain everlasting and mugwort dreams. So this is about releasing and aligning with your soul. This is protection. So it's saying spellbound too. So I was right when I was saying people have been doing this like some slander or dark magic or something like that to try to hurt you. But you are protected. You are the Empress. You are the Queen of Cups. You are, the Nine of Discs. You're amazing. So there's only so much they can do, and you have become aware of what's been going on. So you are releasing. To me also means forgiving. So forgive them. Forgive them. They don't know what they do. Forgive them. Forgive yourself for ever involving yourself with those people, even though you didn't know what they were. Forgive all of that. It doesn't mean you forget, and it doesn't mean you ever let them in your life again. It doesn't mean that you don't keep doing your protection prayers and things that you do, whatever works for you. But you can release them and let go of the burden. You don't need to carry their burdens. And if you're an empath like me, I'm constantly having to let go of other people's stuff because I have a tendency to pick up on it. And hold it and everything in my body, and I'm like, why is this part of my body hurting? And then I realize it's not mine, and I let it go. So you can do that. You just have to mostly be aware, and of course access your meditation. Okay, so in here it's saying mugwort dreams. Okay, so it says rhythm, higher self, reality, and rest. So again, 2 cards here that are saying rest. You've got to rest. You have to rest. You have to, even if you can't sleep more than 3 or 4 hours at a time, sleep that 3 or 4 hours as comfortably as possible, and get up and do a few things, maybe drink some sleepy time tea or something like that, and go back to sleep again if you can. So just try to work with your body and try to work through all of the anxiety and the tension you're feeling. And maybe it's just, an excitement that you just want to stop meditating and get up and go do something. But time right now is not the time for that. There's still some stuff being cleared out. So, in your meditation, access your higher self. And this does affect your reality. So, and because it says rhythm on here, it's almost like you either need to listen to the rhythm of your breath, which is an excellent way to meditate, or, feel the rhythm of your heart, or you can listen to music that encourages the meditation and that's rhythmic somehow. So that's excellent. And then I'm going to pull one last deck and we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to finish the drawing for you. And that'll be good. So, okay. Any last advice, please, for this collective? Any more advice for this collective, please? Any more advice for this collective, please? And one more, please. Something this collective needs to know. All right. Okay, so I can see that you feel like you are juggling a lot of things. You have a lot of responsibilities, and you may have to switch around a few resources so that you can stay balanced right now while you're doing your waiting and your resting and everything to get to the other side where this abundance is. You are abundant. It's just that there are lots of ways to measure that. Like I think I've said before, one of my favorite quotes is by Kathy Colby, and it says, measure your wealth by the freedom you have to be yourself. So really think about that. Measure your wealth by the freedom you have to be yourself. That's not always having anything to do with finances. I do see finances here, but it's so much more than that. It's like, are you able to creatively express yourself? Do you get to dance and sing when you want to? Do you have the freedom to express your opinions? Do you have the freedom to pursue things that you love to pursue? I mean, do you have access to travel or whatever it is that turns you on, whatever it is you like? So that's when you know you truly are wealthy, when you can access all these parts of yourself unhindered. And that's what I believe anyway. And so here it's saying you need to go out into nature. You might need to take a trip, but I don't necessarily feel like it's a far trip or anything like that. I feel like it's close to home. So I feel like somehow you need to, like, if you have a backyard or park nearby or something like that, you need to get out into nature a little bit more, long enough to really sort of soak it up and to really feel like, maybe do your mudra. She's almost like in a mudra pose here, except she's not mudra, but she's in a lotus position here, for like yoga and everything, like she's meditating. Maybe through the meditation and through the strategic thinking we were talking about, you'll be able to properly, juggle all of these things at once, but it's going to take the inner work. Feathers to me talks about your spirit guides and angels. You can almost see like an angel image here. And I know that when I find white feathers, it's like a confirmation of something that I've asked, or it's just my ethereal team, which is vast, letting me know that they have my back, they're watching, they're around, things like that. My ancestors have my back. So, and it's your ancestors who are going after these other people who are getting their karma for messing with an empress. So anyway, Cool. So, yeah, I'm going to finish this drawing, and I really hope you got something out of this. I enjoyed doing this, and I hope you enjoyed the reading and maybe feel better for it. So you just keep going. You're going to be fine. Just have a little bit more rest. Go out in nature. Try to be kind of playful in your life if possible. I feel like you're going to get past all of this. It's just been kind of like a hard road for a while. So, but you are very strong, and you're very beautiful, and you have something to contribute to the world. So, good for you. And keep chew, because they hope we choke. Just keep chewing away. So anyway, until the next time, I'll see you later. Bye bye.